Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum. I hope you guys are doing well. This is week 4 mathematics assignment, and today we are going to discuss exercise 1D, and we will cover the question number 1, 3, 4, 6, 7 and 8, and practice now 12, 13 and 14. So let's start. The question number 1 is, if x is inversely proportional to y cube and x is equal to 50 when y is equal to 2, we have to find the value of x when y is equal to 4. Then we have to find the equation that is connecting x and y, and then we will calculate the value of y when x is equal to 3.2. So according to the condition, when x is inversely proportional to y cube, here it is, we will change this proportionality sign. It will become x is equal to k over y cube. Whenever we change this sign, we insert one constant here. Now the condition is x is equal to 50 and y is equal to 2. So let's just put these values in equation 1. When we insert these values, we will find the value of k, and this k is equal to 400. So put this 400 into the equation 1 to get the equation 2. Here it is, x is equal to 400 over y cube. This is our equation number 2, and this is part number 2 actually, connecting x and y, the equation. Now find the value of x when y is equal to 4. Just put y is equal to 4 in this one, and the value of x will be 6.25. Similarly, for question number 3, when x is equal to 3.2, just put 3.2 into the equation 2 and we will find the value of y. Here y cube is equal to 125, and take cube root on both sides, then y is equal to 5. So if you have any problem in this question, you can write in the comments. Then question number 3, we have to find out the variables which are inversely proportional to each other. Here you have to know one point, that whenever the product of two variables is constant, they are inversely proportional. For example, in question number 1, y is equal to 3 over x square. This x square goes to the other side, it will be multiplied with y, and the answer is 3, like this. Y multiply x square is equal to 3. This 3 is a constant, so x and y square are inversely proportional to each other. In question in part B, y is equal to 1 over square root of x. This square root of x will go to the other side, it will be multiplied with y, and the answer will be equal to 1. So 1 is again a constant, so x under root x and y are inversely proportional to each other. In part number C, y square and x cube are inversely proportional to each other because the product is 5, which is a constant. In part number D, here n is equal to 7 over m minus 1. This m minus 1 go to the other side, so n and m minus 1 are inversely proportional. And in part number E, q and p plus 1 square are inversely proportional. This is not a tricky question, it's just you have to explain your answer in a statement form. Here the question number 4, if z is inversely proportional to the cube root of x, here it is, change the sign of this proportional, and it becomes z is equal to k over cube root of x. This is our equation 1. Now insert z is equal to 5 and x is equal to 64 in equation 1 to find out the value of k. And after putting these values in equation 1, the k becomes k equal to 20. This k is equal to 20 put into the equation 1, so we get z is equal to 20 over cube root of x. This is our equation number 2. The next part is find the value of z when x is equal to 216. Again, this 216 just insert into the equation number 2 to find out the value of z. Here it is, z is equal to 20 over cube root of 216. After solving this, z is equal to 3.33. It's a very simple question. Question number 6, given t is inversely proportional to s cube, copy and complete the table. Here the table is given. We have t is inversely proportional to s cube here, t is inversely proportional to s cube. Change this proportionality sign, it becomes t is equal to k over s cube. Now from the table, when s is equal to 1, t is equal to 80, put these values in equation number 1 to find out the value of k, which is k is equal to 80, and this 80 just put into the equation number 1 again. So the equation becomes t is equal to 80 over s cube. This is over equation number 2. Now we will put one by one the value of s and t in equation number 2 to find out the variable, to find out the other variable actually. So when s is equal to 2, we get t is equal to 10 after putting the values in equation number 2. When s is equal to 4, t is equal to 80 over 4 cube, it becomes 1.25. When t is equal to 0.08, put the value in equation number 2, we get 0.08 equal to 80 over s cube go to the other side, and 0.08 will come will come over 80, and we get s cube is equal to 1000. Take the cube root on both sides and s is equal to 10. Now the value t is equal to 0.01, just put into the equation 2 and find out the value of s by yourself. Question number 7. The force of repulsion F Newton between the two particles is inversely proportional to the square of distance d between the particles. So here it is, F is inversely proportional to the square of distance. Change this sign of proportionality, it becomes F is equal to k over d square, or k is equal to F multiplied by d square. This is equation number 1, and this is actually the part number A. Write down the formula connecting F and D. Here it is, k is equal to F multiplied d square. This is the formula that is connecting F and D. Now in the second part, when particles are at certain distance apart, the force of repulsion is 20. Find the force when the distance is half. There are two parts in part number 2 actually. When the particle at certain distance, the force is 20. So here it is, put the value in equation number 1 when F is equal to 20. This is our equation number 2, and again we have to write down this equation when distance is half. So here it is, k is equal to F multiply 1 by 2 d square. This is equation number 3. So the left side of equation number 2 and equation number 3 are same. So just compare equation 2 and 3. We will get 20 multiply d square equal to F multiply 1 by 4 d square after taking square in equation 3. This d square and d square cancel each other because they are same on the opposite side of equation. We will get 20 is equal to F multiply 1 by 4. This 1 by 4, 4 here, it is in division form, go to the other side, it will be multiplied with 20. So F is equal to 80 is the final answer of our question number 7. Again, if you feel any difficulty, you can write in the comments. Question number 8. For a fixed volume, the height of a cone is inversely proportional to the square of base. So I can write down the equation here. Height is directly proportional to 1 over r square, or height is inversely proportional to r square. I can say that. Change the sign of proportionality, h is equal to k over r square. Now the given condition is, for a cone a base of radius 6 and height is 5. So just put the value of h and r in equation 1. We will get k is equal to 180. Now this k is equal to 180 put back into the equation 1. We will get the equation number 2, h is equal to 180 over r square. Now come to the other cones. There is a cone B and cone C also. For a cone B, radius is 3, and for a cone C, height is 1.25. We have to find out the height of cone B and radius of cone C. Now the volume is the same for all the cones. So for cone B, I can use this equation number 2 again. H is equal to 180 over, instead of r, I will put r is equal to 3 in it. So we will find out the height of cone B, which is 20. And for a cone C, I will put h is equal to 1.25 in equation 2 to find out the value of r, which is r square equal to 144. Taking square on both sides, r is equal to 12. and after that practice 12, 13 and 14 you have to do by yourself, and if you face any difficulty you can ask me in the comments, but you have to do it by yourself. Okay, so thank you.